ho, how to save money during the holidays, part 2. So yesterday we talked about unsubscribing from retailers. We talked about freezing your wallet during the big sales. We talked about writing a list of who you want to buy gifts for. And today we're going to be talking about how to handle the people you don't really want to buy gifts for, but you feel like you have to. So there's 2 big strategies on this that I would encourage you to implement. Now, first of all, if you guys are not familiar with my channel, I'm actually a mortgage lender, but as a mortgage lender, I constantly see what's happening with people's money and I see consistent issues. So we're going to be covering some personal finance tips and tricks that I've tried, that my clients have tried, in an effort that we all save more money, we all don't have to eat cat food in retirement, and we're all in a better position. Okay, so you don't want to buy them a gift, but you feel like you have to. Oh my God, we all have those people on our list, don't we? Okay, I'm going to give you 2 strategies for how I have handled that. And you guys can tell me how you feel about this. You can implement it. I've had other friends try this strategy. It does work. It does work, okay? So, number 1, craft. I'm not kidding. And look, I'm not saying you need to be a good crafter. I am terrible, like embarrassingly terrible. But here's the thing, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, there's all these channels that show you how to make stuff that looks pretty good, really, really cheap. Okay, so you can give something to someone and maybe it will cost you $5. Like there's stuff as simple as, you know, I see all the TikTokers doing it. They take a vase that they buy at the dollar store, they put a cone, a styrofoam cone in it, they put a bunch of M&Ms in it, and then they put some like fake stuff around it. It looks great. You could easily wrap a bow on that and put a card. It's $5, okay? The usual strategy people have for buying gifts for people they don't want is to get something on sale, give it to them, and pray it never happens again. But we all know those people are consistently in our lives. So crafting is a great way to handle the situation. And if you're like, well, it looks really bad, well, great. They won't want a gift from you next year. Money saved. Money saved. And here's the thing that I need to remind everyone. It's the thought that counts. As a culture, we are far too invested in gift giving, and it's ridiculous. You know, I always say to my family, like, it's just a haul. It's just like a gimme haul. It's terrible. You know, so we switched to experiences a couple years ago. These are the people we want to give gifts to. But, you know, for the people that you feel like you have to give something to, there's different ways to handle it. So crafting can be great. There's so many good tutorials on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube about how you can make inexpensive stuff really easily. Okay, so that's my top tip there. You don't have to go on Etsy and spend $100 to have someone else do this for you. There's some stuff, and it is the thought that counts. Number 2, baking. Baking is like the go-to for all Christmas gifts that you don't really want to give that you need to. And I know we give cookies to people we love too, but look, if there's Nancy down the street who's always getting you a gift and you're like, Nancy, whatever, give her cookies. Nancy will be happy with the cookies. And if Nancy's not happy with the cookies, well then Nancy's just being Nancy, and we both already knew that, okay? So crafting, baking, give them a card. Seriously, there's nothing wrong with that. I am so sick of everyone being like, well, I have to give them some sort of material good or they will hate me. You know what? A lot of times people just love those cards where it has your pictures of your family doing stuff every year. I barely buy gifts anymore, and the reason is most people I know who I thought I had to get gifts for, they really don't care. They don't care. And it also breaks the obligation bond. Maybe they felt like they had to give me a gift. Well, guess what? The year I gave them the card, I freed them. Think about it that way. You could be freeing people from them feeling like you have to get them a gift. Now, if you go to one of those big family Christmases where there's like 75 people, crafting and baking is the way to go. I'm telling you. The card's a little tougher in that situation. The card works well when it's like, you know, a neighbor because you can just mail it, or, you know, someone far away. You don't have to ship something. You just mail the card, right? And if you guys are like, oh, Jen, you're so cold. I'm really not, guys. A lot of times the people you don't want to get gifts for really don't want to get you a gift either. It's the cold, hard truth. So give them the card and free them from it. Okay, what tips do you guys have? So we've got cheap crafting, baking, and the family card, or just the card. Like if you don't have a family, I would totally do a card that's just me and different. I mean, that's a gift that keeps on giving, right? So what do you guys think? How are some ways that you're handling gifts for people that you don't really want to buy gifts for? I know it's an uncomfortable thing to say, but we all know it's true. So as always, please chime in. Let's start the conversation about money, how to save money, because here's the thing. If you spent $20 on Nancy the neighbor and you really didn't want to, and you instead gave her a card, you're saving $20 that's going towards your house, your retirement, your savings. Isn't that a better use of your money than Nancy thinking your present's trash to begin with? Yeah. Weigh in, guys, weigh in.